So the Batman Part 2 has been officially delayed. Let's dive into the news. So yeah, sad times. I mean, I spoke about this last night on my good friend the DC TV Show's podcast and live stream if you saw me on that last night. But it was announced a couple of days ago that Matt Reeves' The Batman Part 2 has been officially delayed a full year from its original release date of October the 3rd, 2025 to now October the 2nd of 2026, meaning that we are now over 2 years away until this film lands on our screens again. So what I wanted to do in this video is just make a quick little sort of news piece just to talk about why this may have happened and what it can mean for the film. So as mentioned, the Batman Part 2 has been delayed a full year from October 2025 to October 2026. And initially when I read this, it was a bit of a shock. And I think it's because, you know, even from the position that we're sat in now, looking ahead, it seems like the Batman Part 2 was really far away anyway, you know, coming out in October 2025. That's still like a year and a half away from now. So the fact that it's now been pushed back another year is a bit of like a hit. Like, you're kind of like, damn, like we're having to wait that much longer for this film that we're all really, really excited for. But at the end of the day, the film's been delayed for reasons that we're not 100% sure of yet. I do have a theory. But at the end of the day, like, Matt Reeves, take all the time you need, my friend. Like, you cooked up an incredible movie with the first one. Let's do that again with the second movie. Take as long as you need. Now, in the Deadline article, which I believe was the original source for this, it does state that the reason why the film was delayed, it doesn't give any specific reasons, but it says it's due to fallout from the writers and actors strike from 2023. Now, this makes a lot of sense. You know, we've seen so many films in the industry being affected by these strikes, and the Batman Part 2 being a film that is relatively early in production, it makes sense that this would be a film that gets pushed back significantly. But what I wanted to talk about specifically is I feel like that this film in particular is really suffering a knock-on effect from the actors strike specifically. Because the writer's strike, yeah, that would have been a big effect on the film, you know, Matt Reeves being not only the director but also the writer of the film. That would be a big knock-on effect for him, the fact that he wasn't able to write the movie. But I feel like what's more of a pressing issue, and the reason why the film has been pushed back so far, is due to the actors strike. You know, what you've got to remember is the cast of the Batman is really big and really popular right now. When you look at people like Robert Pattinson, Zoe Kravitz, Jeffrey Wright, who's now an Oscar nominee, you've got to remember, after American Fiction last year. These people who are in these films are really in demand. Really in demand. Especially like Robert Pattinson is always working. Jeffrey Wright is always working. You know, they're difficult actors to tie down because they are always getting new offers and new projects left, right, and center, both on film and TV. And I feel like that is the main reason why the Batman Part 2 has been delayed, is because there are other projects that people like Robert Pattinson, Jeffrey Wright, Zoe Kravitz were originally tied into, which were also pushed back by the strikes. But contractually, they have to do those projects first before they can go over to the Batman. They have to, you know, honor those contracts with those other films that they were supposed to do first. So when I'm looking at this news and I'm looking at how it was affected by the strikes, what really stands out to me is that I feel like the main reason the film was delayed was to kind of accommodate for the actors who are having to do other projects ahead of time, which were also pushed back by the strikes. So yeah, the writer's strike probably was an effect as well. Like, Matt Reeves was obviously delayed in regards to writing the movie, but I think what's really happening is the production team of the Batman and Warner Brothers, they're having to wait for these other actors who they've got in the movie to do other projects first before they can come over to do the Batman. But on a more positive note, the Penguin series, starring Colin Farrell, which is obviously taking place inside of Matt Reeves' Batverse, is still on track to release in 2024, most likely late 2024. So for all of us Batman fans who are just clamoring for new content from Matt Reeves and the Batverse, we will have something, you know, we do have something to look forward to this year in the form of the Penguin series, which, you know, from what we've seen so far, looks really great. Colin Farrell was amazing in that first movie, and I loved his interpretation of Oswald Cobblepot. So I'm excited to see what they do with this character and what they do with this world, given the fact that this takes place immediately after the events of the Batman. So, you know, yes, it's really sad that we're having to wait another year for the Batman Part 2, but you know, give them time. You know, if the first movie was as good as it was, I'm sure the second movie is going to be just as strong, if not even more strong. This could be almost like a Batman Begins Dark Knight situation, you know, where the next film just elevates it to a whole new level. And in the meantime, we've got the Penguin series to look forward to, which could be a really cool way to kind of bridge the gap between Batman Part 1 and Batman Part 2. But what do you guys think about this news? Make sure to let me know your thoughts in the comment section down below. Are you still excited for the Batman Part 2? What are you most looking forward to? And are you looking forward to the Penguin series? Whatever you think, whatever your thoughts, just let me know in the comment section down below. And if you want to see more DC content from me, make sure you subscribe and hit that notification bell so you don't miss any uploads from me. And as I mentioned at the beginning, if you want to see me more on a weekly basis, make sure you head over to my good friend, the DC TV Shows channel. Every week he does a live stream where we talk about the DC news of the week, and I appear on that most weeks if I can. So if you want to see more from me, make sure you head over there and check out Ben's videos as well, because he's tremendous at what he does, and if you like these content videos, you'll like his as well. And with all that said, thanks for watching, and I hope to see you guys again next time.